you. Om. Namaste, welcome everyone to Satsang today. Full welcome, and of course we would like to say welcome to all who are joining us via internet broadcasting today from around the world. We've had some very good feedbacks from people who say that the broadcasting has been so much a treat for them because they feel that they're having front row seat. Some people at the back saying we can't see, but the people in Japan and from Europe saying we have front row seat. Welcome that you may be joining Satsang in real time with us here in Rishikesh, and we're very happy for that. Big welcome to everybody. As usual, I start by saying that we're very happy to invite questions concerning the search for truth, the possibility of real awakening, lasting awakening to the timeless truth that we are. And so, because the time somehow is our opportunity, time is counting down somehow, but every moment is a rich opportunity to come to greater clarity, full clarity, experiential clarity as to the nature of the self and our essential unity as being. So I would prefer that we concern our question, point the question, more in the line of freedom questions, not merely information, not just seeking knowledge questions, knowledgeable answers which mostly the mind enjoy. But freedom question means you've come to here to Rishikesh, some of you living in Rishikesh, but you've taken this opportunity to come to say, yes, today I'm really here, And what is the highest possibility for me? What is the highest possibility for you? Is the highest possibility in the human kingdom to discover our essential nature, and not as a concept and not merely to gain some intellectual conviction about it, but to step away and as confirmed in that a pure and timeless awareness that is ever present of all the things that are perceivable and experiential. This alone is consistent and unchanging. And here in Satsang, the invitation is not to find only that which is perishable, transient, impermanent, but to go beyond the screen of time and change, and to find that which is imperishable, what is called the unborn, the timeless. So with this aim, with this goal, this possibility, this openness, everything becomes possible. Because to live in this form of a human being already is considered to be an auspicious life, because in the form of a human being, consciousness displays its wide powers and the capacity to awaken to our eternal nature. So come with this openness, and so less of domestic questions, because so great is the opportunity that if you discover your true nature, it automatically blesses every other aspect of your expression. It's touched. You don't have to go one by one. Automatically, it is a harmonious discovery, and so every aspect or facet of your expression is included in that great seeing. So, enough of that. You come already?
Emoji. Namaste, Ji.
Namaste.
So 2 weeks ago I came to Rishikesh in crisis and stood before you here.
Yes.
And explained this situation. And you said to me I was in the perfect place to be. And I didn't really hear your words, but in the hug we shared on the stage, something inside me transformed. And from that moment, everything that I'd searched for before, I suddenly realized, felt, I became this thing inside. This peace and this joy and this expansion. And like everything that's inside is outside. And my external universe suddenly transformed as well. Before, where there was conflict, I found there was peace and joy. And walking down the street where normally I'd make eye contact with people and they'd avert my gaze, people were smiling. People were coming up and asking me where they knew me from. And I knew it wasn't a recognition of this being, it was a recognition of something greater.
Yes. This is true.
I'm sorry. However,
and then?
Yeah. And yesterday arose a situation which I think you're aware of.
Okay.
That disturbed me greatly.
Mm-hmm.
And in the small altercation that happened in the front,
yes,
I noticed my ego rise.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed my fear grip me.
Mm-hmm.
I had this voice inside of me that says, you're standing there, there's a camera over your shoulder pointing at me. All these thoughts arose into this space where there had been no thought. There'd been inquiry, but no thought. Mm-hmm. And then as the day continued, there was this snowball effect of other situation arising and conflict appearing in front of my face again. And as I sat last night in inquiry, contemplating, many things came up. Firstly, the thought that for the past 2 weeks I'd just been kidding myself. And
how old are you?
51.
51?
Yeah.
Maybe for 50 years and 10 months and 2 weeks you have been kidding yourself. Let's look again, because all these things, they are not accidents. Yeah? Because yesterday I came in and I heard some lady speaking from outside. I hear, like this. He pushed me. Okay. Like this, we come. Anyway, what happened? Actually, in that moment, blood pressure go up, breathing go up.
Yours or mine?
Huh?
Yours.
Yours.
Ah, okay, just checking.
Blood pressure go up, then after blood pressure go down. No? Breathing calm down.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? But something kept up. What is this thing kept up? You see, identity and like that. Something began to play the old tunes of the old regime. Yeah, doubt start to come, maybe these last 2 weeks of joy and peace, I'm kidding myself. How easily it collapsed. And yet, nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing personal. It was not personal. Consciousness itself came in the form of this woman to test you out.
It did well.
It did well.
A plus.
It's nothing at all, Nothing at all. Some things will come like this, and what happens is, boom, and it brings up that dormant tendency to go back into a person, the shape of a person, the very thing you have been somehow slipping away from, or it's slipping away from you. You see? And then other things will come from time to time. If you don't take them personally, then you will say thank you actually, because you're a light that reveals something that I could not see without this. And this is the beauty of life, and why it is not good that if we want to have total autonomy, we want to have total free will. If you had total free will to design exactly the life you think would be the best for you, you would still mess up, because we would always choose the honey-flavored experiences, and you will not grow. So the great chef puts together a little package for you.
It was very bitter tasting honey for a while though.
Yes. Blood pressure went up, blood pressure went down. Breathing went fast, breathing slowed down. Identity rose up, identity come down. And the weakness of this, nothing happened. Just another movement in the great play, nothing like this. You're still the same. You've always been the same. But if you buy this thought, oh no, now this incident has ruined my day, then you will believe this into existence, and it will become an experience for you. And it becomes contagious. It starts to pick up other friends, other rebels along the way, and make a carnival of pain in your mind. But nothing has registered, not necessary. Again, just leave it. Leave it right there. Nothing happened, no big deal, nothing personal. Or something to highlight the person. So you see, maybe there's still something that will go into that shape. And take a look, what is so disturbed? What is so disturbed? What is so disturbed? And try to identify. Because if we get so upset, it's our identity also. Because can you be upset without identity? Yes, but it's only and finish. It's just a movement and it's finished. But if it persists, then it's growing a person underneath him. And where there's identity, it implies an I entity. Identity implies I entity. See if you can find the I entity who is upset. See if you can find. And if you turn your attention, just keep quiet, the feeling of upsetness is inside. Energetically you feel, this woman. And you watch who is suffering, who is complaining about it. And keep very quiet. And don't add any opinions to it. Just cleanly try to identify the one who is upset. Can it be perceived? Keep doing it and do it. Don't change the question. Just see if you can identify. And it's just this inwardly turned attention. It's completely burning all delusions. You find this one cannot be found. It has never been found tangibly. It is only a sensation that has become clothed in identity there's nobody who suffered. I am taking the shortcut by telling you because I prefer that you tell me what you found. You see? Nothing is found.
No.
And the one who's making this discovery that there's nobody there suffering. Who is making this discovery also?
Yeah, it's like a residual old pattern, some old conditioning rising.
Simply don't identify. One more thing. If we listen even to the advice and the direction I'm giving, which is very simple, very straightforward, but if you listen on the basis of a person, the person is I say the truth is simple, but the seeker of truth is very complex. And if they're not able to leave aside their identity or their attachment to identity, then it seems very difficult. What I'm pointing is very difficult. And yet, why should it be difficult when you're not being asked to create anything, but only to observe? Why should it be difficult to simply observe and to come to a recognition of what is here by itself, unsupported by you or any other human agency? It is just here. Why is it difficult? Because imagination and habit only. So if we listen on the basis of being a person, then it will feel, oh, it's so difficult, it's so difficult. But I don't address you as a person. I address you as consciousness. And if you understand and accept the pointings as consciousness, everything realigns themselves into that harmony, you see. It is not donkey work. It is not sweaty and heavy work. It is a joy, actually. There's a silence in it. And yet, in that silence, great shifts take place. Big change in perspective happens, you see. So please listen in the space of your consciousness and try not to identify with personality, you see, because it will not contribute to clear seeing. It will make clear seeing cloudy seeing. This is the nature of the person who is restless by nature, you see. Actually, freedom is not for the person. Freedom is from the person, you see. The person is also a form of consciousness, but it's a very restricted, very contracted, very limited expression of consciousness, which we are meant to experience in this mode for a time until we outgrow that limitation. And by outgrowing, it means you become more subtle, more refined, less three-dimensional, less bulky, more subtle. And this subtlety is being experienced inside you as the peace you spoke about, as the joy you speak of, you see. That joy cannot be destroyed. Maybe it can be eclipsed or hidden because we put a habit in front of it and you focus on a tendency which seems to obscure and make, it's like becomes a blind spot almost. So these things are changing. Even if at first it doesn't connect clearly with your mind, it is okay. That you are here is already auspicious. Then gradually you find more and more the understanding is sinking in. You see? Not university style necessarily, but just that your being becomes like a sponge that is simply absorbing that influence, or it's rising up from inside you. Same thing. So don't buy this idea that, if only, and if I'd sat somewhere else. If you had sat somewhere else, she would have come and sit right next to you too. Because that was what was meant to happen, and to all the beings around.
It really felt like I was in the movie, not watching it, especially with the camera over your shoulder.
There was a camera over my shoulder?
Yeah. The one that sits back there was right behind you.
Yeah. And we really don't want to be seen in those moments. This lady is a beautiful expression of consciousness. She's doing her part. I heard somebody told me that also she has been sometimes in restaurants and just walk and say hello to the people and take their food and walk out. I don't know if it's true. They're probably also experiencing like you now.
Well,
She stole my papadums, I don't know.
She took my water beforehand, and that was okay. The water was okay. It was like you being there, looking at me, the camera over your shoulder, the thought that maybe I'm being beamed out to 52 countries. It was all sucked me right in to be the actor in the play.
You came across well. At least on the surface, you look quite calm. You say, no, I didn't do anything at all.
I should never have stood up, should I? There is one thing that arose last night for me in inquiry and contemplation. Was an awareness that I definitely have stepped into this heart space, and yet a realization that I'm not in my Buddhahood, or I'm not in my Mujihood, or whatever this thing is.
You're not in the hood.
No. I definitely haven't got my Muji mojo yet. And so this, from the mind,
you see, that's not a good thought. Don't touch any thought like that. This kind of self-defining thoughts, drop them, don't bother. I'm not yet in my Buddha nature, and at least I'm being honest about it. The one who is speaking is not honest. You see? So don't buy that. I'm not this, I'm not, I'm not there yet. I still have a lot more work to do. My house still a lot of cleaning to do, and stop it.
It's not the French woman again, is it?
Don't pick these things up, because they are not in service at all to your truth. Don't say, I've got it or I have not got it. Better just stay empty, silent, neutral.
So the question that arose was, is there anything in the non-doing way, to do?
Stay in the place that you are shown, from where all things are perceived, including your feelings and thoughts. They are arising in that space. Don't identify. Marinate in that. Who is this? She sounds like she desperately wants freedom. She should come. Who is it? Was it something I said? You better come this way when you go back.
I'm scared to look behind me. Thank you. And what's good for me to have stood here is that listening to your answers, the answers came from within last night. And so that could give me great strength and resolve.
Very good. Good.
Thank you, Muji brother.
Thank you.
Namaste, Mujiji.
Namaste.
I'm very happy to see you again, and it's really very happy to see you again, and
Is somebody with her? Maybe take her out a bit. Sit with her out. Continue.
I feel really fortunate to be here.
Yeah.
I feel that I don't know how to express it, but I feel it's such a rare opportunity that we have to be here sitting with you. And I really appreciate every moment that I am here with you.
Okay.
And I would like to look at what is here, the reality or the truth. Like to really...
But we have done this before, no?
Yes, many times. It seems like...
But you've done it before, no?
Yes, that's so true.
You have a season ticket to awareness? Thought we saw this now? How you can unsee it?
No, but can the... like, I can see everything. It's here.
Okay.
And it is very clear.
It's very clear.
It is very clear.
Okay.
And well, in this, there's nothing here. In a sense that I cannot say there's anything here.
Okay. You got 1 minute.
Is this the end?
Well, it's not if you're still there asking about it. Because somehow in that space of clarity, no doubts will come.
Yes.
No affirmations necessary also. You don't, oh, this is it. So this is it. Or this is not it. Or, you see, somehow all those questions, they are floated away. They are replaced by the pure harmony. That harmony doesn't know, oh, is this it? It doesn't know this question, you see.
Yes.
Gradually, the doubting mind, the doubting Thomas is going away. It's not being replaced by belief, but by pure experience, you see.
Yes. That's also seen. Even the doubts, even the thoughts, everything, it's seen by this.
Yes.
But
then now you come to the question, then that which is seeing all these things,
yes.
Internally, externally, is that an object? Can it also be seen? The place, the source of the seeing itself.
It is not an object.
It is not an object.
It cannot be seen.
Yes.
It's not.
And you are what? In the light of this talking now? You are what and where? Who are you talking about it?
When you say you, what do you identify with?
The one who is standing asking questions about it.
The one who is standing asking question?
Yes. You ask me, is this it?
I mean, this is it. I know this is it.
Then if you know, what are you doing here then, talking, if you know?
Is this the ultimate end of everything? Like, because this is not a thing. And it is always here.
Yes. Everything else that you perceive is not always here. They come and go. This is perceived. And what remains is that space in which the functioning of perception happens, and that also is perceived. Then you are here, and you keep quiet in that. Don't pick up any questions. Who would you be to pick up any question, you see? You have to already go again to the realm of knowingness, which is about duality, what is this and what is this. But I thought that when you say I am, but I see all of that, then you don't need to go back there. Keep quiet. Be self-absorbed. Pay attention to yourself. And anything else that needs to come up will come by itself and will be seen. And the way to deal with those things will also come spontaneously. You don't have to stir your mind for that. But if you keep going back to the mind and picking up question, well, maybe is this the ultimate thing? Or whatever is the ultimate? Then you have to find out who is asking even this question, you see. Is it the ultimate thing that's asking, is this the ultimate thing? It's not, you see. So don't touch any more questions. All your questions, you're going to the 50th floor. Then your final question, the 49th step. The 49th step, you have 50 steps to go. You went the 49th step. Then you ask this question, you see. You know, but who am I here? And then that was your last step. It showed you none of the things that you see or think or imagine is your essential nature. Then you keep quiet. Something else is left that is not an object. You will meditate there. You'll be there. You will be one with that. You will sit with that. You'll be quiet. You will not disturb your mind. You will simply be sitting somehow inside your own being. There are not many words now left in you.
Yes. Even sitting there is just attention going back to where it always is. And
that is such a natural thing that happens. Then attention is naturally attracted to the self. You see? It will just be there. You don't have to do anything. Like bringing your attention. The attention itself wants to come now. Before, the attention was going out and contacting sense objects. And so intimate a power, the attention is that whatever it touched, it was being registered, this is my experience. But as soon as the question was asked, but whose experience and who perceives this? The power stopped going out and it turned in and started to sink back into the source. By itself is doing it, nobody doing it. Then it becomes very quiet. When the attention is not shopping through the senses for experience, everything becomes quiet. It slows down collapses into its source. These are experiential things, you see.
And what I notice is I don't even need to think about everything, about tomorrow and about
all this
everything.
you are talking about already conquered ground now.
Yeah.
You have left that to come to this point. You have passed those chai shops on the way. Now you're here, you see. This is self-absorption. This is why I use the term, you're marinating in yourself, incubating in your own self. There's such joy. There's nothing to pick up. There's nothing to grow from in that way. You're in total resolution. You're resolved, your identity. Everything is beautiful here. After this, of course, your body has not died. The vital force has not stopped. The senses are still functioning. The heart is still beating. The lungs are still breathing. The functioning of perception carries on. The sense of multiplicity, diversity, activity, all of this is happening. But somehow, having come to the source of them, what you have discovered now somehow has permeated everything now that appears as separate objects are in a unified field that you may call one consciousness. So you will not be troubled, say, oh yeah, but what happened to the world? I'm back in the world. No, you are still consciousness. Now you're moving in consciousness in a concrete expression called the 5 elements and their combination. You're moving like this. You know, the words make it seem more complex than the experience. The experience is very natural, very simple. You have sense, I'm not doing anything actually. And yet, the life is moving, everything is turning, and it's a beautiful harmony. Still, you have some activity in the dynamic realm that still has a purpose, is the way in which love expresses itself and bears fruit also. Why should that stop? Let it play. Even if you may say that it is a kind of dream in some way. But in the dream also is love, and there's joy and correspondence, there's meditation. Let it happen. Something wants it to keep moving, the wheel of time and the play of time and change. Let it happen. Now it is infused with grace. Is it too much to say these things? You must already have begun to experience them and to grow much more fully into the understanding, to see but all that is being spoken, there's already an alreadiness about it. Just my distractions in the past, the sense of personal obsessions and misconceptions, there were the clouds that seemed to hide this inherent knowledge that is, you see, synonymous with consciousness. And now those clouds are blowing away by themselves. Enough. Swallow the food in your mouth. Don't take more food. Swallow and digest the food in your mouth. Don't take more food. All the vitamins and minerals and nutrients are in that food I have just told you. Very good.
Thank you very much.
Please have the sense that you must convey everything within 3 minutes at least. That's plenty of time, and so we can get as quickly to the point. Very good.
Dear Muji, quickly to the point.
Yeah.
I had a strong experience 15 years ago, and I lived in a state of bliss for several months. And then it was like ego came back, or identification came back. And it was like a strong belief I fucked up my awakening. And so since then, it has been oscillating, like you called it.
Yeah.
And now I'm here. And I had been seeing Ramana's face tomorrow morning very strongly. And so it's not a question that is here, it's a prayer. And when you talk, I know that everything is true that you say, because experience was very strong, and now it is identification is back.
Yes.
And I understand it here. And I kind of was patient these last
Yes.
months,
Yes.
practicing your pointers.
Yes. I want to point another thing then,
Yeah.
because it's so often the report is coming from people that the mind came back. Many, many people, I'm sure, in this room also, they have had somehow, you may say, the darshan of seeing. Something has happened, an awakening has taken place, and for a while it is as though you're walking through the Red Sea. Everything is moving beautifully, harmony, joy, intuitive, everything is moving like this. And then somehow we say the mind came back. So let's take a look at this mind come back and the significance of it. Because in your natural state, the mind would not come there. It stood no chance, you see, because you're in a unified state. Only when you are distracted as consciousness in its dynamic expression as presence, when distraction comes, then he can get you. Then he can come and say, yeah, come with me, I'll show you how to get this thing. Because you forget that you are already this. He says, I'll help you. I'll help you, come do this. And you're running around practicing and get deeper and deeper in this kind of psychological web. You see? So this mind coming back, it is also a natural phenomenon. You see? Mind in the form of person, identity is coming back in. But now you have been sitting in a space which is a unified field, harmony. You're not divided in some way. So you're in the perfect place to observe the energy of mind coming in, the taste of identity coming in, but you know you're not it. No? You know you're not it. So at what point does it seem that you exchange your beautiful place and picked up the identity then? And for what reason? You are here, you see, the hold. You had a bad relationship. It was a bad marriage with the whole mind. Then something came, kick him out. Okay? Then your life is beautiful. I can breathe again. The lungs are full. Oh, beautiful, you see? Then the ex come back. First he rings. Hi. What you doing? And then you feel, I'm doing fine. Boom, you're already in trouble. I've been thinking about you. I miss you. What wonderful times we had together. Baby. How you got back into that business? So much trouble. He come. What did he tell you? It's the same guy. He'll come for you whether you're a woman or a man. He'll come. Oh, I missed you so much. You and me. how you can leave a place of such beauty and peace and harmony for the ex. And then your ex becomes your next. We were listening to one song on YouTube. I don't know who the girl is. She was singing. What is it? Oh, she was singing and she said, it was video also. And there was a beautiful man, he walks in the room and she's there. Beautiful, very smooth guy walks in the room. And she says, I can see that you're going to be my next mistake. So we know. I can see that you are about to become my next mistake. So he knows already. Yes. Does the mind come like that? He comes bearing some kind of fruit, the golden apple. And then you say, and then the mind came back. How he came back? It had its own front door key. What did it come back? There must have been somehow you gave up something. You say, yeah, maybe there is some. Yeah, now I know who I am. Maybe I'm better with mine this time round. Mm-hmm. You see? And now we will remarry, and it will be a new something. How you let him in. By the very nature that it come, doesn't mean anything. Because not everybody let him in. Some people say, what are you doing here? Get off my place, get out. Boom, close the door. Open in the morning to pick up your milk, he's still there. Boom. After 2 or 3 times, he will not be there. Otherwise, you're saying your mind is stronger than you. He will just walk in, Just walk in. Just walk in. Okay, I'll have a cup of tea. And you'll be staring. How it can be? Life gave this beautiful opportunity, and then somehow you're in a space of being happy, free. Sometimes moments come, no? Moments come, and you say, "Oh, I'm so lonely. I'd like some company." I wonder. Your love for freedom must be greater, you see. It comes. Or is it much more complex than that? It's much heavier than that. Just the mind showing up and, you're gone. Then your realization was not firm, it was not clear. For a while, we make always same mistakes. We're not making many mistakes. The same mistakes over and over somehow. It's part of the growth. Now I'm lightening up. It's part. We are going to do it. It's going to happen. It's not a big deal. It will happen again. Maybe something come. But each time, something becomes much more subtle inside. You're more clear. You see, okay, enough of that. Like that, no? Or you watch from the place of the awareness itself, and he will not step in your house. He will come to the front door, but he will not come in the house if you stay as the awareness.
Well, now since I'm here in Rishikesh, it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. It's just that I have the impression I'm patient, and you said when it's burning, then we should come up. And yeah.
Okay, what is burning then?
In the morning, while the music was, I saw Ramana's eyes, and it was the first time that I really sank into his eyes.
Yes.
And I somehow saw myself as very old, like white hair and kind of close to death. And that was beautiful. And I don't know, it's like a prayer came up that moment. A prayer. Prayer to die.
To die.
It's a prayer. It's a prayer.
Yeah, to die. Yeah, in what way are you going to die?
It's a feeling of very soft.
Yeah.
Very,
To give up your identity, you mean? What it means by dying for you?
yeah. Like the feeling of melting. Or
Total
like,
surrender? Non-existence? What it means when you say like this?
something like that.
Yeah. You must use your life to transform time into timelessness. To kill death. How are you going to do that? By discovering what is imperishable.
There I come.
Okay. The great master said, die, but don't be dead. What do I mean? Die to identity. It is not
A little bit of fear is there, Muji. A little bit of fear is there.
a little fear is there.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, just be aware of the sensation, but stay as the self. Everything passes. Except you. Very good. Very good. Yeah. One second. You come for me. Yes. Just come back to you.
Namaste, Mojaji.
Namaste.
I try without translation.
Yes. What, Russian? Okay. With your...
I try without. I try speak English.
Yes.
But,
Rishi is here, not? Or Nitya? Okay, you got it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a question. Последние, когда был день в Харидваре,
When we had the day in Haridwar,
это была как какая-то кульминация для меня.
комбинация,
Кульминация, что-то такое, что что должно было давно произойти, и вдруг оно все и сразу.
it felt like for a long time everything that was meant to happen did.
Yes.
Спустилась тишина, и я в нее провалился. То есть это было еще до сатсанга.
There came a deep silence and I just fell into it. It was after the satsang,
Yes.
It was before satsang.
before satsang.
А потом на сатсанге, когда ты стал отвечать на какие-то вопросы,
And then during the satsang, when you began answering questions,
пришел этот огонь изнутри. Стали появляться слезы, и вместе с ними какое-то понимание приходило, и было все вместе. И тишина, и слезы, и огонь вот этот.
came this fire from inside and came tears. And it was all just in one, the silence and the tears and the fire.
И появилось ощущение себя.
And there came a feeling of the self.
И это было как все вместе, одномоментно.
But it was all happening at once in one moment.
И так прошел весь день, а вечером, ночью начали сниться сны, как кошмары.
And the full day was like this, but at night time I began to have nightmares.
И я практически не спал,
I hardly slept.
но это был такой сон, как будто какие-то собаки, вот они почти мертвые, они ползут к ногам,
But there was this kind of vague dream of like dogs who were crawling.
и как будто они хотят здесь расположиться. Я когда стал их прогонять, они начали набрасываться. Это был сон.
They felt like they wanted to stay, and I told them to leave, but they were staying.
И когда я проснулся, я подумал, а что это такое? И мне пришла такая мысль, что это вот какие-то части ума или личности. Вот пока я их не трогаю, они вот здесь легли умирать. А как только я начинаю с ними взаимодействовать, они набрасываются, это набрасывается.
In the morning when I woke up, I was wondering, what does this mean? And it felt like there was hidden tendencies of the ego that were coming like this.
Когда
Yes. We were talking like this yesterday. Someone had also spoke about the dreams.
Вчера мы вот так вот разговаривали, потому что кто-то еще рассказывал про свои сны.
And if I can give the example, because I think it will cover generally some questions.
И если я могу вот дать такой пример, потому что он ответит на многие такие вопросы.
It was, she said in the dream, I'd asked her, please get me some water to drink.
Во сне она сказала, пожалуйста, принеси мне воды.
But as she went out to get it, she was being distracted by lots of other things were coming up to do.
Но когда она пошла принести воду, ее внимание было на разных других вещах.
And then, but each person who stopped her, they seemed like their problem was very important to address it right now.
Но каждый человек, который ее останавливал, казалось, что ему очень важно ее внимание на этот момент.
But she kept thinking, I've got to get the water for Muji.
Хотя она все время думала, мне нужно принести воду для Муджи.
And then after some time of being in these different places,
Но через какое-то время, пока она в разных в этих местах была,
when she came back to bring the water to me, I was not there anymore.
когда она принесла воду мне, меня уже там не было.
And she was asking, what is the meaning of this dream then?
И она спрашивает, что же этот сон значит?
Because maybe it means that I have a deep tendency of avoiding something.
Она думает, может быть, этот сон означает, что я хочу сбежать, укрыться.
But I said to her, actually, sometimes the dream solves itself.
Но я сказал, что, the
The dream, sort of works itself out. It heals itself.
Но я ей объяснил, что иногда сон на самом деле так исцеляет сам с собой.
Sometimes something like this happens,
Иногда что-то такое происходит,
and it is grace that comes in the form of a dream.
и эта милость появляется так, как сон.
And it already has corrected something in being manifested as a dream.
И она так сама исправляет, сама как сон.
Yeah. So don't worry about now what does it mean and so on, because your mind wants to give it another meaning now.
Поэтому не думай об этом сейчас, потому что ум хочет дать какое-то знание этому.
And all this play is very phenomenal. It's still around the person also.
И вся эта игра, она феноменальная, это все равно персона.
I want to meet someone who is like I embrace you and we take off into the heavens and everything you are going to leave on the earth, leave everything. So you're completely empty and you can soar high and forget everything, because these things are just like heavy clothes on you. They're just dragging you down. Too much mind. Sorry, you have to do that.
Мне хочется кого-то встретить, с кем, кто меня обнимет, и мы с ним полетим вместе в рай, в тишину, и забудем про все это.
This is what my connection with you is in service like this.
Вот такая у меня связь в сервисе для тебя.
But you insist on sharing your mind's projections and like this.
Но вам все еще хочется прийти и рассказать мне о том, что думает ваш ум.
And I feel if I give time for this, we don't have time for freedom.
И мне кажется, что если я буду давать этому время, у нас не останется времени для свободы.
You have to be ready today.
Тебе нужно быть сейчас.
There's no time to
готовым.
work all these things out.
У нас нет времени думать про эти вещи.
You see, you have to be like your house is on fire.
Ты должен прийти так, как будто у тебя дом горит,
While you're painting the walls.
а ты только красишь свои стены.
You have to get out of that house.
Тебе нужно убежать из этого дома.
It's a house of sorrow.
Это дом грусти.
You must have this attitude, you see.
Мне нужно, чтобы вы так пришли.
Because what I'm pointing to is eternally present.
Потому что то, на что я показываю, оно вечно.
But you can take lifetimes to see it.
Но можно очень много жизней потерять на...
Because you're too busy with your habit and identity, you see.
Потому что вы слишком заняты со своим эго, со своей персоной.
Live life like this.
Живите жизнью вот так.
Must be ready to drop everything.
Будьте готовы все бросить.
Then your air is fresh.
И тогда у вас чистый воздух.
Your consciousness rises up to a very high altitude.
Ваше сознание повышается.
The altitude is too much for the ego. It cannot come there.
И в этой высоте эго не может выжить.
Yes. This is why I call you. Please come for freedom.
Поэтому я зову вас, приходите за свободой.
Even this waking state is a dream.
Даже эта жизнь, это просто сон.
Then why talk about another kind of dream? Even inside this dream, another dream.
Зачем тогда вы мне рассказываете про сон в этом сне?
You have to be able to drop everything.
Вы должны быть готовы бросить все.
Because we only have to work it out if we continue believing that we are the person we have been conditioned to think we are.
Потому что мы будем стараться все это продумать только пока мы верим в то, что мы персона.
It's too slow
Это слишком медленно
for me.
для меня.
Some people like long paths, you know.
Некоторым нравятся длинные пути.
They have the sense we have time.
У них есть ощущение, что у них есть время.
And you can fall in love with the journey.
И можно влюбиться в в этот путь.
but be avoiding the destination.
И на самом деле все дальше отходить от пункта назначения.
Yeah. You are the destination you are seeking.
Ты и есть пункт назначения, который ты ищешь.
So leave the dreaming alone.
Поэтому оставь свой сон.
Each morning we wake up from dream,
Каждое утро мы просыпаемся из сна.
but to truly awake, you must also wake up from the waking state also.
Но по-настоящему проснуться — это проснуться из этого сна сейчас.
You see, we feel that we can work out the life that your mind creates.
Нам кажется, что мы можем понять жизнь, которую наш ум придумывает.
But it's not a stable place at all.
Но это нестабильное место, совсем нет.
All the work you do today,
Всю работу, которую вы сегодня делаете,
maybe tomorrow you change.
может быть, завтра все это изменится.
Because you cannot control those forces.
Потому что невозможно контролировать эти силы.
Yeah. It's like while they're building a ladder for you to climb out of this hole,
Как будто пока ты стараешься построить ступеньки, чтобы вылезти из этой дыры,
an angel has come to fly with you to take you out.
ангел прилетел, чтобы тебя забрать оттуда.
But you're saying, no, just bring me some nails. Just bring me some nails.
Но ты ему говоришь: нет, мне нужны гвозди.
You're not making the higher choice.
Ты не делаешь высший поступок, выбор.
You see? When I picked you, I say, you? I think, yes, I think he's going to come. Come to the edge.
Когда я тебя выбрал, мне показалось, что ты и есть тот, кто сейчас подойдет
Bungee jump without a rope.
и вылетит без веревки, спрыгнет без веревки.
Okay.
Хорошо.
Don't give too much attention to the things of the mind.
Не давай внимания вещам из ума.
Yes. It's a slippery road.
Это скользкая дорога.
You're not the mind.
Ты не ум.
So this is a very direct path, you see.
Это самый прямой путь.
So you have to come direct.
Поэтому ты должен прийти прямо.
Please reflect on what I have told you.
Пожалуйста, понаблюдай за тем, что я тебе рассказал.
Convert your questions into an urge.
Преврати свои вопросы в нужду,
And come back.
и тогда возвращайся.
Okay.
Я
Хорошо.
могу сказать?
Can I say?
Я чувствую глубокую потребность приблизиться к тебе.
I feel a deep urge to come near you physically.
Как раз одновременно иногда бывает, сейчас этого нету, но как раз вот это вот что-то, тяжесть, которую я не могу принести, я понимаю. И вот это было, про это, что ли.
It feels like this heaviness that I'm carrying, maybe this is what it was about.
И это возвращается, это был разговор на самом деле не про сон, это приходит как какие-то состояния, которые тяжелые, с которыми невозможно жить, но которые приходят и уходят. Но это как какой-то рюкзак, который я не могу принести к тебе, я это чувствую.
Actually, it wasn't really so much about the dream, but it's more about these heavy states that I'm carrying, like a heavy rucksack.
Yes.
Потому что вчера вот последний человек,
You
Ты
are weightless.
не весишь.
That's the one I am talking to.
Это тот, с кем я разговариваю. У него нету веса.
это хорошая новость.
That's a good thought.
Yes. Leave the weight
Оставь вес
to the bodybuilders
рабочим,
and you go to weightlessness, you see.
а ты иди в безвесие.
It is in here also.
Это здесь.
Don't identify with him.
Не будь этим.
There's a space inside here that has no weight.
Есть здесь место, у которого нету места.
Yes. And also it is not waiting.
И оно не ждет.
Find it and then come and share with me what you find.
Найди это, и потом возвращайся и расскажи мне о том, что ты нашел.
For this, now you leave everything you do now.
Для этого тебе прямо сейчас нужно все оставить.
Don't hold on to anything here.
Не держи ничего здесь, в уме.
Я не думаю.
I'm not thinking.
Okay, ego is the heaviest thing in the world actually.
Эго — это самое тяжелое, что есть на свете.
Heavier than any mountain.
Тяжелее любой горы.
So don't identify with anything for now, right now.
Поэтому не соединяйся ни с чем из этого сейчас.
Yes. Past, future, time, nothing.
Прошлое, будущее, время — вообще ничего.
Yes.
Да.
We should put you on a scale
Нам нужно тебя поставить на весы,
while you are listening
пока ты слушаешь,
and to see what you weigh.
и посмотреть, сколько ты весишь.
Don't touch any thought,
Не трогай ни одну мысль.
even the feeling I.
И даже ощущение «я».
Are you heavy now?
Ты сейчас тяжелый?
Нет,
Но
приходит легкость, пустота, но она так спускается.
comes a lightness and emptiness, but it falls down.
It falls down?
Она
Она спускается или проходит внутри что-то растворяется.
It's coming inside and it's almost like it's dissolving.
Yes. Yes. Be with that.
Будь с этим,
Yes.
будь этим.
This is the true vibration.
Это настоящая вибрация.
Yes. Leave everything.
Оставь все.
And don't pick up anything new.
И ничего обратно не бери.
Yeah. And then tell me tomorrow what kind of day you had today.
А потом завтра мне расскажешь, какой у тебя сегодня был день.
Хорошо.
Окей.
I like that. Good.
Мне очень это нравится. Спасибо.
Помочь.
Спасибо. Thank you. You can. Okay. Come, after him, you speak. Yeah. No, you go. No. You stay. Yeah.
Revered Muji, my pranams unto you.
Yeah.
You are doing a human service to humanity by drawing the attention of the people to the self. I feel I was successful in dismantling the egoic process to a large extent, but I feel that I have failed in getting rid of certain elements of egoity with particular reference to the instances in my past where when I was unjust and also I was stupid in my behavior. And so whenever that part of the past visits comes to memory, I feel weighed down and feel very unhappy that I was unjust and also stupid. And I could not shake off this weight of the egoity.
Okay.
Would you kindly guide me?
Yes. It does not serve any value to be attached to a memory of a stage in your life that at that time was just the way it is, like that. What is important is that you transcended that stage. Not that it occurred, because no human being can live a life faultless. And mistakes are part of the way in which we grow. No mistake remains a mistake if you learn from it. We cannot not make mistake. I've seen people who are perfectionists in their mind, and they are very unhappy. It is not meant to be like that. You are going to make mistake whether you like it or not. You see? And really, it is good that if your actions or your thoughts have caused hurt or pain to another being, it is just and right that you feel remorse about it and then you seek forgiveness about it. Even if the person is no longer around for you to say, brother, sister, mom, please forgive me. I was very hasty and I judged you. Please forgive me and please bless me, like this. Even if they are not there and you ask of it, please, I offer my heart to be healed of this, and please to forgive this behavior or something, then offer it is cleansed. It is cleansed, because the Supreme Self does not hold on to records of wrongs. It is your mind that does that, not the self. Because it is not functioning primarily about right and wrong. This is a sort of an absurdity that the people often who are sometimes, really insisting that people do right and wrong, they are themselves very perverted and very tight and unhappy people, because they have not understood the real love and the compassion that springs from true love. And the one who is free is always quick to forgive. And don't worry about that. Because they know that these things, they only grow in the shadows of your own psyche, and you're holding on to something. So it is not remembered in the universe. It's in your mind is holding that seed that you have to be spotless. As I said before, if you look at the moon, you can see little specks of blackness in it. But it doesn't impede its light. It is not, you don't see speckled light coming from the moon. It says to err is to be human. I mean, we are by nature will make mistake on the level of personality, of personhood. But this is only a garment that is worn over pure consciousness for a duration, for a time. Your real nature is as conscious presence in its dynamic expression. And that is a sinless state. You see? Beyond that, you may say, is the absolute, whereby such notion of sin and merit and all these things, they are more in the conceptual realm. They are not in the purity of absolute awareness. You see? So I am always quick to try and relieve people of the burden of excessive guilt. He said, this is not good. Sister, this is not good. Drop that. You know? The true being does not hold these things against you. You have poisoned yourself. Forget about it. That's okay. Now you're not living in this way anymore. You have learned from it. You have converted something that was perhaps a weak tendency. It's become now you've turned it into a strength. That is commendable. That is really how the God energy and the light comes into the world. It transforms the things which are dark deeds, turns them into something very beautiful. So I don't see any trouble with that, because it is like you cannot remove the dust from the earth. More dust is going to come. You just live with it. That's okay. Forget about it. If you have repented in your heart for an error of judgment or a harsh word or an action that may have hurt another being, even if they have passed on, it is still forgivable in the universal consciousness. You simply say, look, I am conscious of it now. At that time I was foolish, and please forgive me. But too much of it means that you are retaining a phenomenal identity. You see? It was only a work in progress identity that consciousness has to express in the form of a person for a while and outgrow this mode and revert back to its original nature, you see. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very good. Okay.
I'm very, very, very happy to be here, and more happy than ever before, because actually I did not value what beautiful thing it is, satsang. I had it in my life before, just for granted. It happened to me, and then life took me away from this for 2 or 3 years with the child, and I felt a lot of suffering, and I felt like a lot of ego came inside of me during these years. So I am just asking you, please, to remove this ego and take me back to myself.
Yes. The sense of ego can only grow strong with the investment of energy that we give it. It has no other way of growing. You see? When you turn your attention back into the silence of being, like I've been pointing, then the ego sense perishes. It suffocates from the lack of oxygen, the oxygen of your attention and your belief and identity. It just dries up. And it will not be something you refer to anymore. Ego is not, it becomes heavy corresponding to the strength of your identity as a person. Then the ego sense will match him. Sometimes be even stronger than him. But as soon as you discover this is not what you are, it is only what you appear to be, and how to prove it also. We are proving it in satsang because I'm showing you along every stage you are there to perceive. And if you are there to perceive, the thing you are perceiving cannot be essentially what you are. You're perceiving the play of time. Things come and they go. You cannot be the things that come and go. Because if you are the things that come and go, when they go, you will also be gone. And you are here to witness their arising and their departure. Be firm in this understanding. Embrace it. Acknowledge it. Confirm it. That it is like this. It's only that we identify, yes, why did that happen to me? And I wish I'd done this. And so on, you start to develop a kind of asana there, a tendency to beat up on yourself, so to speak, or what. So a little bit is okay, to stop and to reflect and to say that was not a good decision or whatever, but don't live in that. Learn from it, move on from that. The quickest way. Nothing in life is here as a natural enemy of yours. You see, just the worst one is this one inside. And your relationship with the mind, which has beautiful things about mind, but also when it goes into identity and the psychological aspects of mind, then you need to be very steadfast as the observer of it, because if you confuse yourself to be this mind, you will suffer. You see? There's nothing in it. There's nothing. There's no, listen, there is not one thing in this world which has one inherent meaning. It has different meaning depending upon who or what is perceiving it. We give the meaning to it. You see? Because if a thought had its own power and its own meaning, then it would mean the same for everybody. But it is clear that one person can be suffering from something. Somebody puts a peacock feather in their hat and put it on a table, and some people, bad luck, bad luck. Another one takes it and puts it in the baby's cot. Baby sleeping peacefully. Is the peacock feather good luck or bad luck? Not at all. Good luck, bad luck is in your head. And we are doing this with many things, and we have not grown up enough to understand these simple things. You see? So the power that we give to many thinking, many kind of thinking, is only what it gains from yourself. You gave it the power, and you can take away its power. How you take away its power? By remembering who you are, and that you don't have a need. You see? When you realize, I can play in this world, but I don't have to depend on it, don't have to need it. Because if you need them, then you cannot be free. It is like paying protection money to the mafia. Yeah? Yes, they protect you. Yeah. But the day you want to escape, the day you want to leave, you will see you touch his gun. You're not going anywhere. It's not, the mind cannot protect you. You protect yourself from engaging in the kind of thoughts that then backfires on you. And you have the power, you totally have the power, because you are the self. You see? You now say, I now begin to appreciate. Before I was not appreciating enough. Mm-hmm. Now your appreciation will be part of the guarantee of your success in somehow converting the attention from going into the tsunami mind. And also even you will have the power to transform a chaotic mindset and bring it back into silence. Each of you, if you follow what you're hearing, you're able to do it. If the mind, just by aligning your attention again in your heart and being present here, and not going back into the minefield, gradually it slows down because it's not being fed, and it merges also into the heart. You have this power, and it's good to experience the use of this power. Self-inquiry is a tremendous power. And it is also, I call it sometimes, the mirror of God. The mirror of God. Through looking, you come to see what is untrue. And that the seer, formless and alone, is timelessly present. You experience this, not merely believe it. Once you honor yourself, many energies start to come to support you. But if you betray yourself, meaning that you keep going back to the mind, then you miss that there's so much natural support coming for you. Again, you honor, sit with it, and you'll find that energies are coming from different directions to support you, unexpectedly. But if you keep going back to the tendencies, returning to the old regime of thinking, and then you'll find you'll feel stuck. You keep feeling stuck, you see.
Yes, it actually happened. Yes, it was like that. There are many new things connected with the child, the attachment, the responsibility. I have to protect her. It all takes attention to the world, to the objects. And
in the beginning, it will do that. But understand that no particular situation or thing or job can block you from freedom. You see? Not by itself. Only by you somehow forgetting yourself, and then your eyes grow much more brightly for the world, and that will be your reference. You see? There is a saying, and I've said it before, an ancient saying. It says, when the world is seen, the self or God is not seen. Mm-hmm. When God is seen, the world is not seen. Now, there's been a lot of misunderstanding about that, because people imagine then if I see God, then everything vanish. There'll just be a blank, the world. But it doesn't mean that. It means the world that has been a projection of your own personal mind, that will be seen to be not true. It will vanish from that. It will become really the body of consciousness, you can say. It changes. It doesn't change out there, it changes in here. And your corresponding in this world completely changes. You see? When you see the world, meaning that you believe in your projections, your suspiciousness and all of these things, then in that moment is like the truth is hidden from you. So this says, the God you will not see, the self you will not see. But as soon as the self you see, as you recognize, but the self is here, you see, then the world will, all of its trickery, which is created from your own mind, that will disappear. And your same body will be there, but it will have a new aura about it. It is as though it becomes imbued with sort of like divinity or presence. And beings do respond to that. At a conscious and subconscious level, the beings respond to such a presence.
You can bless me with this kind of thing. I'm most happy being in the world.
Yes.
Really. This is what I'm longing for.
Yes.
That's true. Yeah. I also faced some, unexpectedly, it's all okay, and unexpectedly an energy comes which is very aggressive, very, very, I would say, egoic charged. It comes unexpectedly, all of a sudden, and it manifests through my body. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know what to do with that. Like, suddenly, nothing happened, I am beating my child. No particular reason for that. She done something small. There is no reason really to do any violence, but the energy comes. So I wanted to ask you also to get me rid of this kind of thing.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, it's not easy to share, but I understand myself. I was not a violence person. I never even killed an insect or something. But since this happened, all changed in me. I became a different person. Sometimes I became like a beast. I become furious in anger and these kind of energies. This is why I come here for this, because I feel a lot of suffering inside my heart. I feel I'm betraying my truth by being like that.
But she has come to bless your life.
Please, the blessing.
Yes. The relationship will get corrected, but through your understanding also that life has not sent you mere difficulty, challenges, to pay attention to something and not to perceive that the life is here as a burden, but more as an asset. You must convert the thinking, change it, you see? Yeah. The blessing is that somehow whatever brought you here and is really still that it will be more immersed, more make its way deep within your conscious field, and whatever remnants are coming from the past, that it will dissolve them or transform them into truer qualities. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. Good, good, good. One moment. Can you come at the back there? Thank you.
Thank you for calling me.
Okay.
I really want to talk to you. Before, when you say that I am the self, and it was not taken seriously, it was overlooked. From last 2 days, it's now I can see that I am the self.
Yes.
Everything is arising in that. Even I'm now speaking.
Yes.
It is arising in it.
Yes. You only now pay attention to the self. You will notice everything is arising in it.
Yeah.
But you don't have to worry about those things. Now you just be with the self. Be with the self. Keep remembering it. And each time you remember it, you are it.
Yes.
You're it.
Yes.
You see? And so thoughts come and let's go and do this. And no. Is it whatever we do, is it going to be better than this? No. Okay, you go away.
Even I just sit, I just melt down in it, It's like every atom of my body is like drunk.
Yes. Yes. It is true. He said they are drunk, really they are happy, you see?
Yeah, so much ecstasy.
Yes.
Can't even explain, it's coming out.
Yes. And this is what is happening, you see. It's like the very cells of your body, being, they are
yes.
They're in the height of their joy. You see?
Just to sit.
Yes.
And just to sit.
Yeah.
And nothing else. You made it so obvious. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Thank you. I'm very happy to hear this, to see it is so simple. But you'll be open to it. Maybe at first some resistance, I don't understand, doesn't matter. Then gradually you find, whoa, what is this? What is this? What is feeling so good? So good. It was like this for me also in the beginning, I feel so good, Didn't want to go to sleep.
Yes,
I felt if I go to sleep, Then when I wake up, it will be gone, finished.
That's what happening from last two nights.
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep, but I have to sleep, so I have to come here.
Yeah.
And thank you for giving that much space that I can be a Buddha in jeans.
Yes,
Thank you, Mudi.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything.
Very,
Thank
very
you.
good. Very good. Very good. All the way now. All the way now. All the way. Just keep loving that. Be one with that. Not a lot of teachings. Just be one with that. That takes care of everything now.
Thank you.
Very good. Very good. I feel it is a good moment to with what we have discussed in our time together. If you are earnest in your openness and your urge for truth, enough has been said for you to take inside with you. It's not more and more and more and more, but how much you, even one thing deeply understood, is going to take out, is going to detox from all the nonsense. It's so beautiful, so simple, you see. Even one thing understood deeply will heal and set right a multitude of things. That is good news. Applied news sets you free. Get accustomed to, familiar with, a state of emptiness. Tradition and mind may say what this is, but it is very, inert or passive. How can you spend your life like this and all of this type of thing? You don't worry. You spent enough time with the wrong kind of busy. Simply sit, give a little space to this, to sit inside your being. Don't feel, the world needs me, I've got to go. No. Because when this body drops, the world will do quite well without you too. Use your time while your body is warm to find what is imperishable in you. It brought you here. It brought you here. Your own beingness wanted to come to have the darshan of this remembering, this pointing, to reflect upon your own limitlessness, that stillness inside. Really coming back to true life. We have learned many things, accepted many things that makes us feel we need to push life about, to manipulate, to manage existence. But I said, no, you are life itself. You are the life and the living and the witness of the living also. And more you are able to confirm this in the silence of your own being. And when I speak about the silence of being, I'm not saying, oh, sit and do nothing. No, that's not the silence of being. Whatever comes to hand that you need to do, and you will know more beautifully and harmoniously the work that the consciousness is unfolding. You will know this more clearly when you're sitting in unity as the self. And what is to be worked on still, you'll be able to find greater clarity to discern where the energy should go. But it will be much more spontaneous, much more fresh, much more alive, you see. And all aspects of your life will be imbued with a joy. Even if the body has to lift heavy things and move, underlying will be a greater and greater joy. I don't come here to make promises to you, but that we look together and discover what is already so, what is timelessly real and present. I don't want to give you merely fleeting glimpses. Why fleeting glimpses of what is timeless? But to remove the cataract of false ideas so that your being can sing, dance, as true existence. You did not come in this world to be a burden or to be burdened ongoingly. All will taste pain, all will taste the sense of suffering, but routine suffering, something is wrong. Routine judgment, routine fear, has the smell of delusion about it. So satsang is a place where the beings come to awaken to that timeless truth, which is our inherent being and nature. Many of you are in varying stages of that recognition. Still, there are forces operative within our being that lean towards perpetuating a life of struggle, what I call the earth mind and the earth body, that gives a very, very narrow view of total existence. It makes us feel that you're here only to pay rent and to, raise your children and make money and have a holiday home. Your life is much, much more than this. Much greater than that. You're waking up to that. would like to invite some of the musicians to come before you leave, to come and to play something. After this, those who would like to leave may leave. I will myself sit here for another 10 minutes in silence with those of you who wish to be here with me like this. And others, you can leave. And
Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya Jaya Bhagavan Jaya Ramana Shri Ramanaya Jaya Bhagavan Jaya Ramana Shri Ramanaya Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya Jaya Bhagavan Jaya Ramana Shri Ramanaya Jaya Bhagavan Jaya Ramana Shri Ramanaya Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya Jaya Bhagavan Jaya Ramana Shri Ramanaya Jaya Bhagavan Jaya Ramana Shri Ramanaya Shri Mujiba Jaya Bhagavan Jaya Mudiji Shri Mujiba Jaya Bhagavan Jaya Mudiji Shri Mujiba
Om. Om Namah Shivaya. Om. Om Shri Arunachala Shiva Mahadev. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya. Om. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Punja. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Christ. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Buddha. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Nisargadatta Maharaj. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ananda Mahima. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Yogiram Surat Kumar. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Madevaki. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Bankai. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ram. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ganga, Ma Ganga. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We invite you all to sit for these few moments with your attention inside the hearts, inside the inner state of presence. Om. Here there is nothing to do. There is no one being presence. Presence is. It has no form, no weight. Beyond the concept of presence and absence. Beyond thought, uncreated, this is not an invitation to imagine presence, imagine being. It is not needed. Any attempt to imagine or to create is already perceived in that stable, formless, innermost self. There's nothing to pick up, nothing to put down, nothing to hold. Nothing to change. There's nothing in the concept of next. You're here. You're not a state of waiting, nor is there anything to expect. Total contentment, harmony, beyond the concept of harmony. There are no favorite thoughts, no favorite memories. There are no favorites, no specials, no need. But you're not sleeping. You're neither sleeping nor being awake. You're the self. There's nothing to describe. There's nothing to become. You're beyond shape, beyond time. There's no fear. Whatever thoughts may say has nothing to do with you. Here, there is neither bondage nor freedom even. There are no adjectives. Distractions is only a state of mind. You're not a state of mind. Notice the senses moving by themselves, unforced, unaided. They are not a doing, simply a happening. But yourself is not a happening. Perfect peace. Perfect peace is your perfume. This quiet joy, this unbound space. Here is your natural being. Look how well you are without identity. Without identity, still you are, and complete You're not believing this. You are this. Here, there's nothing to find. There's nothing to hide. For you, there's neither shallow nor deep. There are no measurements, no temperature. You're beyond night or day. All these you perceive. Observing sleep, you are beyond sleep. Observing wakefulness, you are beyond wakefulness. There's nothing to achieve. You are. Resting inside your being, this play of existence is not a struggle for you. There's nothing to prove. There's no one to fight. The self is beyond the mode of friend or enemy. It's pure consciousness. You are self-experiencing now. It is not a development. You are not a process. Indescribable. Without personal identity, the senses and their information does not disturb you. All is the dance of consciousness. Be aware of this. You're not merely a room, vast like space, unbound. See, don't imagine. You are the perceiver of the moving world and the unmoving self. right where you are, your freedom itself. Unbound love. Here you have surpassed the stickiness of personal mind. You're in the height of your being, unmixed. There's nothing to control. There's only harmony. Harmony has no shape. The various activities of the mind and the body do not affect you. You're the inner perceiver, beyond names and form, beyond birth and time. Marinate in this contemplation. Activities are not in conflict with the awakened mind. There's one harmony, governing the world of the seen and the unseen. There's nothing to study. In a few moments, you'll hear the sound of the bell. It will signal just the time that you may just open your eyes, move about. But it will not make any difference to your inmost self. Your self does not know inside or outside. It is one. Let the various lights and colors of the world play. There's nothing to be afraid of. But don't combine yourself with anything that you see. And nothing will disturb you. This is not a belief, just a discovering. Honor your seeing, digest your seeing. Om. May all who come with the deep urge and longing to awaken to the timeless self, may your desire be fulfilled. May each one grow in wisdom, loving kindness, openness, humility, and compassion. May all who meet you on the way be touched, be inspired by your light and joy and peace, your wisdom and love. May they be so moved that they begin to search within themselves to find the light they see in you and find lasting happiness. Let it be so. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Namah Shivaya. Those of you who wish to sit back and just rest in your own self-absorption here, you are welcome to do that. You may lie down or sit, but now all may free to go. Thank you. Om.
वर्तते.